Hey everybody, welcome back to another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today, Carolina basketball. This will come as very little surprise to anyone, but the basketball team for North Carolina coming up for the 2025-26 season will have the least amount of returning production since ... question mark. I'm going to give you a chance to think right now for about 10 seconds about when was the last time a Carolina team had so little production returning. All right, time's up. 2005. The 2005-2006 Tar Heels had less returning production from the season before than this one. That club was coming off a national championship. Names like Felton, McCants, May, Manuel, Williams, and Williams. They cut down the nets, beat Illinois. I covered that game. I'm old, been around. Covered that game well. I've got pretty cool stories about the post game, about MJ and Dean and Raymond Felton jumping up on MJ's arms. I'll tell all those stories one day. But I was standing right there at the locker room when that team came in. That was an incredible scene because I covered those kids all the way through. And the first three I went to in the locker room, Jawad Williams, Jackie Manuel, Melvin Scott. Why? Because they were freshmen on the 8-20 team. They experienced the full chaos of those first two seasons. They ended up winning a national championship. Just truly one of the most remarkable storylines I've ever covered in my career. That club lost just about everything. All it had returning the next year, first of all, from the national championship game, only 23 minutes played returned, 1 point, 4 rebounds. That point was by David Noel. So the national championship team going into the next year lost 2,951 points. It had back 306 points. It lost 1,320 rebounds. It had back 179 rebounds. The leading returning scorer, David Noel, 3.9 points a game. The leading returning rebounder, David Noel, 2.6 rebounds a game. Second leading returning scorer, Rayshon Terry at 2.3 points. He averaged less than a rebound a game at 0.7. Little bit of Quentin Thomas, teeny weeny bit of Byron Sanders, teeny weeny bit of Wes Miller. It wasn't until that 2005-2006 season when Wes stepped in and really played actual meaningful minutes, when the game was online. That's it for the 2006 team. The difference is they brought in a pretty good freshman class. Tyler Hansbrough, Danny Green, Marcus Ginyard, Bobby Frazier. Pretty good. Real good. Hansbrough was first team All-American as a freshman. Noel was a great leader that senior year. Roy Williams will tell you. I remember asking him in Dayton when they lost in the second round of the NCAA tournament. That's back before the playing games, so Dayton sometimes was a first weekend host. They lost to George Mason. That was the year of George Mason's Final Four run. And after that game, I asked Roy about David Noel as a leader, and Roy damn near choked up. David Noel played 1 year with the Milwaukee Bucks. But that was it. Now, juxtapose that to right now. Right now, Seth Trimble is the leading returning scorer at 11.6. He's a been there, done that guy. Certainly a hell of a lot more than Noel was. He also is the leading returning rebounder at 5.0. So he's 3 times what they were in scoring as far as leading returning scorer and twice on the rebounding side. 396 points back, or he scored rather 169 rebounds. All the way, also James Brown factors into this a little bit. We're not doing Zayden High numbers. Zayden didn't play last year, so we can't factor that in. So here's a couple of really neat things. And by the way, James Brown, including him, there's 417 points back and 184 rebounds. He had 21 points and 15 rebounds, I believe. So percentage of points back in the 05-06 season from the previous year, 9.4% of the points, 11.9% of the rebounds. The percentage of points back this coming season from this past year, 13.9% scoring, 18.5% rebounding. Yet the parts, having the multiple parts, kind of makes it a wash because Noel was a really good player. Rayshon Terry turned out to be a really nice player. Wes Miller gave them big minutes that year. Big minutes. And let's remember, J.J. Redick's final home game, Sheldon Williams too, both their numbers got retired. Those two fast breaks, Quentin Thomas to Byron Sanders. I was across from a Duke bench when one of those occurred, those fast breaks occurred, and I will never forget seeing Quentin Thomas's eyes when he recognized Sanders was filling in on the break. It's one of those little moments in time that stick with me. Kind of like I remember the Vince Carter to Brad Frederick layup against NC State in the 98 ACC tournament. That goes way back. I'm really old. I told y'all I'm really old. So this year's team will have more returning production than that team did. You would think at first, maybe not, but it does. So that's kind of interesting. I decided I wondered, so I dug the numbers up and I thought, you know what, let's do a daily drop. Let's throw it out there. Let everybody know on those numbers. Let them talk about it. And that's what I want you to do. Comment on Facebook. Comment here underneath this video on YouTube. Comment on Tar Heel Illustrated. Also on Twitter. I keep forgetting to mention Twitter/X. I'm an old guy. I'm still calling it Twitter. Haven't fully embraced the whole X thing just because I keep forgetting, to be honest with you. Let's know what you think. What are your memories about that team? When you saw them starting to come together, I think West got into the starting lineup in late December. They were out in LA against Southern Cal, I think it was. Rayshon Terry had a nice career overseas. Let me know your thoughts about all that. Love to hear people's thoughts. Love to read their thoughts about stuff like this. I'm AJ, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate y'all stopping by. Also, I want to say that I appreciate so much the very kind words so many people have said. It's flattering. It's humbling. You know, when you sit here and you talk into a camera and you do these videos or you type and do stories, you never think about how it's resonating with people and how it's connecting with people out there, but it does. And I was very strongly reminded of that here in the last few weeks. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not going away just yet. And I'll be around in some capacity. We'll have more on that at some point. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. I truly appreciate it.